4 people.
4 blogs.
One mission.
Helping kids succeed.
I wanted a platform where kids who took on boxing to stay away from violence would be able to tell their stories.
My blog Rooted was created to help reconnect kids with nature.
Why don't we look at creating a blog for Tech High School robotics so that the members of the student body could see what this robotics club is doing, what they're accomplishing, and really get behind them, be supportive.
Folks in the Seattle area doing awesome work with youth, but not necessarily dialoguing or communicating one often enough. The problem is sometimes the folks are just stretched too thin, and there isn't enough time or capacity for people to be in the same space. So why not work with the digital tools that we have today in order to get folks talking?
Why boxing? Why not baseball? Why not football? I wanted a place where parents would be able to tell me, if it's such a violent sport, why would they encourage their kids to box? I had all these questions because I personally I'm a fan of boxing. What I wanted to do was to use Seattle as an example and engage the boxing community as far away as Nicaragua.
I was very excited about the opportunity to create a blog, and my excitement stems from my desire to help my son James. He's very interested in engineering, struggling with school, and not really finding something to really catch his imagination. And we were moving to a new area, and as we looked at the school curriculum, we found out that this Tech High School had a robotics club. His eyes lit up. That was the most exciting thing to him, and I thought, here's something that would really inspire his imagination.
I myself didn't get outside enough. That being outside was huge for my emotional growth, for my mental health, and just pretty much my well-being. You know, there's a movement growing that's trying to reconnect kids with nature, and I wanted to help share some stories and help share insight and information into that, you know, almost create a window into that world.
One thing that we did to drive engagement on the site and to build the network in this student body community was to put up posters. We did a poster for a survey. We did a survey of the student. We had 200 responses on the website, which was just great to see the students involved.
But realistically, the one-on-one conversations, talking to people in person, shooting them direct emails.
The opinion leaders, I tracked down a couple of people who I knew had connections with boxing, had connections with Nicaragua, and potentially had connections with the boxing community also in Seattle. I used their Facebook and used their Twitters to actually get me the engagement that I was seeking. I went from 10 views per day to a high of 85. I didn't expect teenagers to engage immediately. I thought it would take more work. When I finally saw that comment though from Oscar, I think that was the ultimate level of engagement. It was so exciting to see that he was telling a story on my blog.
Well, I got into boxing because I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I had too much time to spending on the wrong things. I was doing bad things outside. And then I decided to join boxing, occupy my time with something good so that I could do something better in life. And I wouldn't be out in the streets doing bad things and maybe ended up in jail or something like that. All right, well, I think that the blog is a good idea because it helps people see the reasons that they decide to join boxing. Also because, you know, everybody has a different story.
All right, so basically explain what the 3 are real quick. So they seem as if they like the content, appreciate the idea, and want to help it grow. So I'm shooting my information out to a certain amount of key people, and then also to a broad spectrum, shooting out a larger net, and just going in that direction. Key folks, key influencers, and then also just letting people in my larger network at hand know about the site. And the hits are coming, and people seem to be interested. The emails are coming. People are from different news sites or websites are coming back to me and asking me, why did I start? So it seems like it's moving in the right direction.
You know, I would post something that was a little argumentative or a little pushes people's buttons a little bit. I got more responses in terms of comments and significant comments, not just one-liners, but 2 paragraphs. This platform allows people to really listen to my story and relate in some way. And I found that the relationship and people being able to relate was really key.
If I can get 2 or 3 people to consistently write one thing a week so that it's not all in my voice. That feels more communal, which is what DigitalStoop.com is supposed to be.
We're transitioning over to the kids in the club totally taking over the blog themselves and empowering them to build their own story.
Once you have a teenager talking about the drugs they've used, the trouble they've been in, and how boxing helped them, that's how you build trust. That's how you get readers to engage.
And I'm really even more excited to kind of move forward to the next phase, which is really getting out into the community and highlighting some of the people that are out there in the trenches. And I want to tell their stories. I want to help them really tell their stories, because I think that's the beauty of these blogs. That's the beauty of this platform as a connection tool and an engagement tool. They can tell their stories.